It's easy for a teacher to take attendance when a student is sitting right in front of them in a classroom at their desk, but it's not as easy to do when they're learning remotely through a computer screen. And that has many concern that students aren't tuning in as much as they should be.
Just as kids were allowed to be kids again, somewhat, they're heading back to school. So many unknowns for students.
Nervous?
And so many concerns for parents.
I'm honestly super nervous. I don't know when September 10th comes, what's gonna happen.
Silvana Carrion says it's difficult to work and make sure her 6-year-old is tuned into classes online.
I think going to school is better for him than sitting behind a computer.
And that's a big concern for many school leaders.
A kid logging on to an iPad does not mean they're actually learning.
We wanted to know how the New York City Department of Education is tracking student attendance during the pandemic.
Hi there, my name is Dan Kraut with Channel 7 News. Calling a final time.
We haven't gotten responses or even return phone calls. The chair of the city's education committee says neither has he.
I asked them how many kids are getting live instruction, how many kids are not. They couldn't tell me.
School officials did speak publicly about it during an online hearing, but that was back in May.
The transition to remote learning made us really have to change and build an entirely new system.
School leaders say the attendance rate was at 93% before the pandemic and dropped to roughly 86% overall back in May during online learning. They also had to change the way they take attendance by counting who's submitting assignments online, who's chatting in online forums, and also whose parent is calling the teacher to check in.
Ensuring that we maintain contact.
Councilman Traeger made a special request during that meeting, a breakdown of every school's attendance to know who's having problems.
You've been waiting for this information for more than 3 months?
That's correct.
No information, even though he sent a follow-up letter requesting it. He has now drafted new city legislation that would require them to track online engagement and to make it public. We asked city leaders about it during today's press conference.
Yeah, look, I think it's a real challenge.
But the school chancellor said they've had more time to prepare this school year.
We will be monitoring attendance. We'll be tracking it. We will make it public, and there's going to be more to say about that this week.
We'll let you know what happens with the school year for more than 1 million families just days away.
I mean, if they don't have answers, I definitely don't have the answers.